You are listening to MPR, Mug Public Radio. Today, on our topic of the next Hokage, who will he be, we have an expert on the subject, Mr. Russell Bigwater Hughes. How are you, Mr. Hughes?
Hi, how's it going? Thank you for having me on the show today, Mr. Mug.
It's no problem at all. Now, when it comes to who will be the next Hokage, who do you think will usurp Hiruzen?
Oh, well, there was a guy before after Hiruzen, but he kind of choked the load there, and he
Choked a load?
he choked the load. Let's just say he choked the load.
I'll be honest, I enjoy that expression, but I don't think I've ever heard it myself.
Right. Well, it's one from the water himself.
Oh, by the way, major spoiler warning. When you turn into A Tale of Two Kages, trademarked, a
Tale of Two Kages.
show sold only on Mug Public Radio, 96.5. Welcome to A Tale of Two Kage. I'm not sure where we're going with that shit.
That was pretty funny. I like it.
I like it. I mean, when you said choked a load, that's like some new shit.
He choked the fucking load.
Well, welcome back to A Tale of Two Kages. I'm Julian, the Inquisitive Mug.
I am Big Water, Mr. William Hughes, a.k.a. Russell Hughes.
Yeah, we were trying to settle on a way to consolidate these names, and so Mug, Big Water, we're thinking the Inquisitive Flood.
Yeah, the Inquisitive Flood, I think it's pretty genius. I was thinking like Muggy Waters or something like that, but
I
Inquisitive
love
Flood.
Muggy Waters. It's dirty, but feels alright.
but Inquisitive Flood's so much better.
Well, enough
'Cause
about
it
us.
reminds me of the whole Nova thing, but like, why did we do it? Because fuck them, that's why.
Yeah, well, I tell you why we do this. I do it because I hate myself, and that's why I watched Naruto Episodes 8 through 11. Fuck me, goddamn. This was... I probably took... I always start the shit out negative, but I can say...
He does.
I can say without a doubt that I have exactly two things in my copious notes that positive... Excuse me for a minute. Excuse me, sorry. I can say, though, try not to be too negative, I have written down exactly two definitively positive things about this series of
That's two people.
fucking four episodes. Yeah. Yeah, and specifically it's about two people.
That's two nice things we said. That he does say about the entire show so far.
Yeah,
and all the episodes.
Yeah, basically. I mean, they're peppered in there. Are more...
It's more of a spice of life kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little spoonful of sugar to help the poison that is this show go down.
Yeah.
So, Russell, as always, I'm going to give you the first word. Am I going to regret this?
Yes.
All right. First episode was...
Yeah.
First time we reviewed episodes 1 through 3. After that, we reviewed 4 through 7. I'm going to ask you the same question I asked you at the beginning of all these episodes. How did you feel about this group of episodes compared to the last two? Better, worse? Blurs?
Insulting.
To your intelligence?
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
Insulting.
I now know why the... No, that would have been... Sorry. Fuck me. Okay, so let's go ahead. Episode 8, The Oath of Pain. No, not that pain. He comes later. Big spoiler alert, we are going to spoil more than these 4 episodes, and if you haven't figured that out by now, welcome, new listener. We love you.
Believe count for this episode would be 2.
So...
Low in the believe it.
And surprisingly, still terrible.
Yeah.
You'd think lower believe it, better episode.
Yeah.
So if you... Where we last left off... let's see. I've got Christ Almighty. This is the second time I've had to watch this episode. Recap. Sasuke wants to kill himself from Kakashi's wild blue
being
musk.
choked away somehow.
Yeah, Kakashi's wild blue musk and he's going to kill himself after he tells Naruto, "Scared you can't." This dude's about to commit suicide.
And then we go through the whole entire clone sequel.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how the last episode ended, was Zabuza faints an attack at the children, Kakashi intercepts and stabs him in the bladder, and a bunch of piss runs down, and I'm pretty sure that Zabuza, the master of the silent kill, yells, "Die!" before he attacks Kakashi. But it turns out Kakashi had attacked a clone. And so Zabuza attacks Kakashi from behind, and Kakashi's a clone. But guess what? Kakashi was a clone too! And now he's got a knife to Zabuza's throat. And instead of doing anything sensible like slitting his fucking throat, because you're a Jonin, and you already know who this dude is, he's the motherfucking demon of the hidden mist or some shit, the episode 8 starts. So how do we finish this masterful cliffhanger of it was a clone, but then Kakashi was a clone, and he gets attacked by a clone, but Kakashi's a clone, and he gets him. Episode 8 starts with, that Zabuza was also a clone. Fuck you. 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 I really tried. I am really trying to enjoy this fucking show, but this broke me early. It's episode 8. I've got fucking 3 more episodes to talk about after this shit. And I'm broken this fucking early. Because how do you build suspense? Everybody's a clone! And I'm kicking myself because I called the last episode of Tale of Two Kages, Send in the Clones. Clever little pun, right? Maybe. No! There's more clones in this than any other... Fuck me.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was weird because in the last episode, it just seems like it was clone battle, but in the recap, it shows the clone was actually jumping in between Naruto, Sakura, and the old man, and the defense they tried putting around the old man. And then the Kakashi intercepted that Zabuza, but then that Zabuza...
And stabbed him in the bladder and a bunch of piss came out.
And that Zabuza was a clone. But then there's another Zabuza that gets behind Kakashi.
Yeah, so this is... Yeah. I think I have it written down. Also, this goddamn show took 4 minutes and 17 seconds to get to the start of this episode. Counting the intro, which I still insist sounds like Lunatic Fringe by Red Rider.
Yeah.
And the recap of the last episode, just in case you weren't tired enough of clones. They really want to highlight what a stupid fucking fake out.
And then after all the cloning, the real Zabuza comes in with this sword attack on Kakashi that
probably
Kakashi
yelling, "Die!" Master of the Silent Kill again.
And then Kakashi dodges, only to have the camera angle not shown to have this weird, overtly kick that, I don't mean to complain.
No, this is after all the clones are exposed and Zabuza was a clone this whole time.
Yeah.
Zabuza later says he hid in the woods.
Yeah.
Meaning Kakashi, but also himself, because I guess you can just hide in the woods from somebody who has the Sharingan.
Sharingan.
What is the Sharingan? Shut the fuck up. We covered this. So, yeah, what is it? Zabuza? Kick?
Yeah, Zabuza swings his sword, which Kakashi does, which is a big miss. He always swings and his sword gets implanted to the ground. Only to show like Zabuza hand pommeling, switching with the sword to throw some awkward kick. But this kick, they didn't show the motion or anything that Zabuza did to.
It shows like a weird transition, but then it cuts like to his body in a completely different position to deliver this preposterous ninja kick. Which that's this whole show is ninja tricks.
Yeah, the problem was that there was no actual fluid motion or anything showing what Zabuza actually did to pull this kick off. It's like, and then you got Sakura like, he kicked Kakashi.
Oh my God.
I was like, well, yeah, he kicked him, obviously. I'm confused with you, Sakura, because I didn't fucking see exactly what happened either.
Yeah. Maybe Sakura has a Sharingan. Maybe she can explain it to us.
Maybe.
So I've got this 2 points. I'll say the first one. I know how overpowered Kakashi's Sharingan gets later in this series, so I guess top tier Sharingans can't see Homeboy hiding in the mist. And just want to come back to the clones again. Sorry, fuck you. How the hell are we supposed to retain any sense of disbelief or tension when every time someone is hurt or about to be hurt, it could just be a clone, or an illusion, or a substitution, or whatever the fuck happens later with that dumb shuriken throw, which, goddammit, we will get to. This is the problem with Naruto, and again, This episode is an idiot sandwich. It starts with the most retarded clone fake out, and it ends with an even more retarded clone fake out.
Yeah.
And if you think I shouldn't say that word, fuck you. You watch Naruto and tell me that the word retard isn't the only word appropriate to describe this. So sorry. Zabuza kicks your boy.
Kakashi, he lands into the water, which is bad for Kakashi at this point because it turns out like, oh, this water is different.
Well, Kakashi's, it was different. Oh, but before he lands in the water, Kakashi, oh my god, Kakashi jumps into the water and throws some children's jacks on the ground.
No, that was from the kick. That was from the kick. He just threw him. He instinctively threw these fucking thumbtacks on the ground from being kicked by Zabuza.
Right. Well, he's Kakashi. He got kicked by Zabuza, but no, maybe he leaned into the kick.
Yeah,
Kakashi got kicked by Kakashi Sensei got kicked by Zabuza. But he knows he's going to land in the lake and he's hiding in the water. But before he does, he throws these little spikes out. I'm sorry, Makibishi spikes that cover about 2 square feet. And that's supposed to slow a dude who rides his sword around. Can practically fly and stand on water. That's gonna slow him down. I mean, like, it seems like a good thing. Also, I googled Makibishi spikes, and turns out they're real. They're a type of caltrop. Apparently, it's these little spiked balls. They're like little hand landmines. They were used by ninjas and shit. I'm sorry, they were used by ninja. How dare you call yourself a ninja? Yeah, that comes in later. But yeah, so they're capable of penetrating the soles of shoes. But again, we've seen this guy fly around in his sword. He can ride in his sword like Mercenary Tao. Tao Pai Pai rides around on a fucking tree that he cuts down and just throws. So yeah, you literally look at it. I've freeze framed this. It's like 2 feet of spikes. This dude could play hopscotch around that shit. And you already know the lake that he's going into, but yeah, yeah.
And then, so pretty much with Kakashi in the water, it pretty much ends with Zabuza catching Kakashi.
Well, it's bad water.
It's different with bad water. But
this water feels heavy.
It catches Kakashi in this water prism jutsu.
Yes.
Which is somehow the water's harder than steel, but he can still breathe in this water.
That's a note I have. So can Kakashi breathe in the water prison or what? Can clone Zabuza attack him while the real one maintains the prison? Is the only danger to the kids on the bridge and the bridge builder right now? Because he doesn't seem to be drowning and he's talking a lot.
Yeah, he is.
And he's talking a lot of shit of like, I'm gonna bully these kids. Because you have no right to call yourself.
And that's basically when Kakashi gives him the order to run because he's been captured. But Sasuke's all like, no, we're done. No matter how far we get away or where we go.
That's Sasuke.
He'll be able to, yeah, that's what I said, Sasuke.
I thought you said Kakashi.
Kakashi told him to run.
Yeah, and Sasuke's like, oh,
no.
dumbass.
Yeah, like, no. Like
one of his clones can just...
Yeah,
as soon as you're dead, we're all fucked.
Well, he said you can run because the clones only have a certain distance, but he's just like, as soon as you get caught, we're fucked. He's basically saying, like, if we don't save Kakashi, and he kills Kakashi right now, he'll be able to come after us and kill us no matter what.
Far cry from, I'm gonna kill myself because these guys smell dangerous. Oh! Yeah. But, more power to him. Dude's going hard.
So like, Sasuke gets the, like, nuts up, and he decides to, like, attack him first, but he gets, like, swatted pretty easily by the clone.
Right. And before this, old Zubi Zambasu, he hates it when kids play ninja, I guess, just starts kicking the living fuck out of Naruto. Like, Naruto charges, and, Zabuza just really... I don't know why he has such a chip on his shoulder, like, you guys aren't real ninja.
He fucks him up. Yeah. Sasuke goes first, definitely, and then it's Naruto. Naruto gets his headband knocked off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's true. He gets his headband knocked off. And that's precious to him.
And then Naruto gets all fucking, like, Sakura gets a little wet at that point. And then Naruto's like, Naruto charges him again and gets his fucking headband back. And he's all like, it's time to get wild, guys. Like, wild stallion up in this motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. Why can't Zabuza just, what is it, like, be radical to each other or some shit?
Yeah.
What is it?
And then this is when fucking Kakashi starts talking. I mean, he's talking about this bingo book. It's like, I must be in your bingo book too, Kakashi.
Yeah. Everybody has a bingo book.
Like the only book we know Kakashi has is fucking Dirty Pirate books, dude. Leave this guy alone, man. He doesn't give a fuck about the bingo book, dude. He doesn't. You're a nobody to this guy.
He's got a bango book.
Yeah, he's got a bango.
A list of waifus that he wants to
like a bango.
use the clone jutsu on his pillow. So, worth noting, it's pretty cool how Sasuke doesn't say out loud, like, he never says out loud, like, guys, we're fucked if we run away.
Yeah.
It's supposed to just be understood. But Naruto runs in with his clones and shit and tries to attack from above, and again, with the sneak attack, he yells, now!
We're still missing the whole
Does
part.
everyone in this show have Tourette's?
We're still missing the
Zabuza on the side, everyone, now! Die, Naruto! Now! Wow, way to give... Jesus, fuck. It's almost like this is a show for children.
We're glossing over the part where Zabuza starts telling his whole backstory about how he's such a killer. And how with his hands, at their age, he already killed so many ninja. Like that's when Kakashi starts telling about the whole final test graduation of the whole village of the mist.
Christ almighty. Yeah, no, so before that, I guess it's kind of neat that Naruto looks at his stabbed hand and remembers not to be a pussy. There are only two nice things I have to say, and one of them was really backhanded, which I think was this one.
Backhanded.
But then you have Naruto looking at his hand, and he has a flashback to when he makes the Oath of Pain.
Correct.
Which is one of the last... It takes a minute and 29 seconds. You know how long a minute and a half is when you're already bored as shit? It's as long as every other goddamn anime flashback in this shit. I'm fucking tired of it. We're only 8 episodes in, and we already have to be reminded that he wants to be the fucking Hokage already. Like, that isn't been hammered home. By the way, Russell? Knock knock.
Who's there?
Believe it! I'm sorry, I have Tourette's too, but actually, in real life. Not in this dumbass ninja show. So then they start going into the village hidden in the mist, also known as the Blood Mist Village. Makes all the students kill each other. And then Zabuza, like a homeless kid or some shit.
Just bum off the streets. Basically, Zabuza starts bragging to these kids about, when I was your age, I'd already killed so many X. And then Kakashi starts telling the backstory, which makes Zabuza's dick hard when he's like, you must be I must be in your bingo book too. Yeah. Which I don't know but basically Kakashi starts telling the story.
It's like a Pokédex for Jonin.
Starts telling the story, of this one class that had like 100 ninjas, supposed to say, that were trained to be ninjas. And this one bum ass kid off the street apparently murdered all of them, which doesn't say much about what they were doing to training these kids to be ninja. Yeah. If some kid just off the street who wasn't a ninja
in my bingo
who
book.
Came in
it's already turning to Rin like, Steepy, am I in your bingo book?
Bingo book, yeah. Who just
I'll get you next time, Krabs. You're in my bingo book now.
And just came in and slaughtered these 100 opposed training to be ninja.
Yeah, so these 100 ninja.
I don't know.
In the Ninja Academy.
Does that make Zabuza hard, or does that fucking mean that their ninja was pathetic?
It kind of seems like it's pathetic. Because before they even bring up that Zabuza is a homeless kid, just runs in and runs through these fucking people with no training. It's supposed to be a Sakura's like, that's horrible.
And that's the case. Soon as clone have already killed all 4 of these people. The bridge builder, Sakura, Sasuke, and Naruto.
Yeah, no kidding. Honestly. I mean, also, Kakashi, still breathing in this water prison.
Yeah.
Seems like kind of a shit prison.
A lot of shit going on here.
Yeah. I mean, granted, look. A lot of these ninjas like to talk shit later in the series about it, especially the Jonin, about how, there are tactics in war and survival, and, even Naruto's shadow clone, we later find out, was a reconnaissance jutsu. Because if one clone gets way far away and finds some shit out, and they wipe it out and it goes poof, the knowledge comes straight back to Naruto. Super hacks, warned y'all about spoilers, so maybe, the ability to trap anybody near water in a prison, even a Jonin like Kakashi.
Teamwork becomes a
even a
joke.
Spoiler alert.
Teamwork
Ucher Frey Okage
Teamwork becomes a complete joke. Teamwork becomes a complete joke in the future. Naruto has to, at one point later has to give the entire Ninja Alliance war chakra to fight against Ten Tails.
I just
that doesn't make any sense. And
I just found the second nice thing I had to say about this episode. The second nice thing I had to say, other than Naruto looking at his hand and remembering not to be a pussy, being kind of cool, and then I make fun of the music. Not the music. I'm angry about that it takes 1:29 to get through that shit. I don't remember this, but apparently the music when Zabuza starts stepping on Sasuke's chest is okay. So, okay, get this. Naruto passes a shuriken. They form a plan. They're like, I know how to beat him.
Wild Stallion time. Basically.
Wild Stallion.
That's basically what Naruto's like. Wild Stallion. Let's get wild, guys. Wild Stallion.
I haven't seen Bill and Ted in a minute.
He literally said, let's go wild. I almost want to be like, Wild Stallion.
So, Naruto passes Sasuke a shuriken, and Sasuke holds the shuriken, and it's like he's opening a Pokeball. It's this big CGI, like, the shuriken makes 4 blades, and they all kind of flash, and the name of the shuriken is Demon Wind Shuriken. Windmill of Shadows!
Yeah.
Let's see. That's lame. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
This is why I put like, God. This guy is weaker than Sensei's personality, Kazuya. Like, I got no respect for Kazuya. This dude's pathetic.
Who's Kazuya?
One of Sensei's personalities. The one with the gun. The one like, I'm here to do all the sick shit. The one that you
don't get it. I'm here to do the sick work. How does that relate to the episode?
Because Zabuza is like a fucking even a worse version of fucking him.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Zabuza thinks he's hard. He's about to kill these kids and stuff. Like, he's fucking pathetic.
So, okay.
Like, his personality might as well be God. He could easily be like a shitty. Like, he's by far a worse shitty personality than fucking what Kazuya was. Kazuya had more personality than Zabuza.
Kazuya shot a dude through the heart. He didn't just put a dude in a water prison that somebody can breathe in, which is the lamest ass technique I can think of. But yeah, so I'm sorry. The shuriken that Naruto passed to Sasuke, the Demon Wind Shuriken, Windmill of Shadows, Sasuke and Naruto kind of give each other a look like, yeah, we got this. And Sasuke throws a shuriken at Zabuza, and Zabuza, the real Zabuza, unless it's another clone, which thankfully it isn't, but fuck me if I can tell at this point. Everyone's a clone, everyone's an illusion, there are no stakes, this show is lame. He has to keep his hand on the water prison. So
and his focus on it, too.
Yeah, so he just kind of goes like, I'm gonna dodge the shuriken, you guys are chumps. And then the second shuriken comes, and I don't remember if he dodges it, or he jumps it, or he deflects it, or something.
He dodged it, too. He's like, I told you I can dodge it, it's just a shuriken.
Yeah. So, god damn it. Let me go. Episode 9 notes. They say this in the,
Yeah, they recap it, basically.
Yeah.
The next episode's called Sharingan Warrior.
But he says something like, a second shuriken, the Shadow Shuriken Jutsu. Now I have a question for you. Because there is a second shuriken hiding in the shadow of the first shuriken. Zabuza, somebody who's clearly in Kakashi's bingo book, a well-learned Jonin, calls this the Shadow Shuriken Jutsu. So this is a technique that exists. Presumably, right?
Correct.
It's to hide a shuriken in the shadow of the first shuriken.
Correct.
None of this. He's wrong, which makes the whole Shadow Shuriken Jutsu shit make no sense. And guess what, guys?
I got a question. Who's performing the technique? Is it Sasuke or Naruto?
There is no technique. There's no such thing as the Shadow Shuriken. Shuriken.
That's what I'm saying.
Shuri.
When did anyone or any of them know a technique of a shuriken throw of shadows?
Well, hold on. This is the... What is it called? Sorry. This is the Demon Wind Shuriken Windmill of Shadows. Like it's a fucking wrestler walking out, and it's not just a weird, lame butterfly knife shuriken. That's what it is. It's a butterfly knife shuriken. It's God damn it, it's worse. It's a Swiss Army knife, and all the knives are the same, and they just lob a big fucking shuriken.
No, it's huge. It's a big. It's a pretty big weapon. If you threw somebody at him, you cleave somebody in half with it. I mean.
So the shuriken, after he dodges the second one, turns into Naruto and throws a knife at Zabuza.
A kunai, yes.
Episode. he throws a kunai at Zabuza.
Yeah.
Episode 8 ends. Start with episode 9.
A knife.
Episode... Excuse me. I didn't write down the title of episode 9.
Episode is the Sharingan Wars. It's Sharingan Wars.
Wasn't like the Copy Ninja or some shit? It doesn't matter. Should have been called, This show.
No,
lame.
no.
I'm getting a bottle of water.
The plot
Fuck
was
it.
copy and pasted for this episode.
Okay. So, would
the
you...
plot was completely copy and pasted.
I've taken copious notes on how Sasuke throws a shuriken, Shadow Shuriken Jutsu, and the second shuriken is Naruto, but it really isn't because the first
First we have to go with the whole fact that there was all the clones that attacked Zabuza, Naruto himself transformed into a shuriken, and then had one of the clones. This is what it said. So then one of the clones, which doesn't make sense because only the original Naruto had the backpack. So I guess that Naruto gave the backpack to the clone, and that clone then took the backpack, put Naruto in the bag. Then they took that bag and threw it to Sasuke. So then that's how Sasuke had the shuriken. But Sasuke had a shuriken of his own. That's exactly what Naruto said. Which also is like, what?
Oh my god.
Which means that Naruto knew to transform into Sasuke's, which just proves that Naruto's gay for Sasuke because he's already transformed into shit.
He's already been rooting through his backpack trying to find out things he likes. Leaving notes in there. Do you like me? Check. Yes. No. Maybe.
Yeah. Like so.
So let's.
So Naruto was able to transform into Sasuke's own personal demon windmill shuriken, shadow shuriken bullshit. Naruto turned himself and without saying a word to Sasuke or Sakura or nobody on his team.
I guess clones can also turn into objects and then have the physical properties of that object.
He turned himself into this, though.
Yeah, which is... Okay. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's start. Okay. Hang the fuck on for 1 second. Also, by the way, episode 9... friggin' 4 minutes and 46 seconds of recap and title.
And I believe it counted.
On like a 21 or 22 minute episode. It's ridiculous.
There was no believe it's in this episode. Believe it or not, they didn't say it.
I don't believe it!
I know.
It's not...
They made up for the next episode, believe me.
Alright. Okay.
Believe me.
Okay, shit. So if you watch the last episode, right? This is Naruto's master stroke. And we're not talking about the strokes he does to Sasuke.
Or Sasuke does to him, whichever way you fantasize.
We don't know who's the bottom.
Whichever way you fantasize it.
Nobody likes Sakura at this point. Naruto likes Sakura at this point. What are you talking about? You're just being mean.
He's simple.
You are being mean about the show and making gay jokes about Naruto and Sasuke and clearly neglecting the plot. You are obviously just biased and therefore wrong. Yep. Maybe homophobic. Nah. Just because I hate Naruto and Sasuke and they both exhibit homosexual tendencies does not make me homophobic. Okay, so here we go. So they all dogpile Zabuza in the last episode.
With the clones.
Which also, like, what are, like, the 10, 20, 30 clones on top of each other going to do? Because so Zabuza swings his sword.
With his one clone, he defeats every other Naruto clone pretty easily. But it was all part of Naruto's brilliant plan.
Zabuza swings his sword,
behind a clone.
He wipes them all, he flings them all away. All the clones like
pop away like poppy seeds.
And there's a clone behind Naruto. He sees the clone and that's when he hatches his idea.
No, Naruto gets behind the clone.
Well, he sees a clone fly behind him, doesn't he?
No, he's behind the clone. He gets behind the clone. Naruto's behind the clone when he transforms into the shuriken so that he can't see. So he literally used the clone as protection. That's what Naruto's saying. Like like Naruto himself is behind a clone. He turns into the shuriken. The clone takes the bag and puts Naruto the shuriken in the bag and then tosses the bag to Sasuke. That way Sasuke will have two shurikens.
This is where
it doesn't make sense.
I rewatched it a bunch of times because I remember him turning a clone. Sorry, god damn it, this show makes me retarded. I remember him turning the clone into the shuriken because he gets in front of the clone so he can't see Zabuza or whatever can't see the clone transform into the shuriken. So it's a clone that transforms into a shuriken. But you're saying that he gives the... I don't remember.
At the end of the explanation, Naruto's like, but I'm the shuriken. It was me.
But
this is exactly
right, but that doesn't make any sense because he turned the clone into the shuriken.
Yeah, I don't know.
So there's a lot of confusion here. Let's just say there's a clone Naruto, there's regular Naruto. He turns himself or a clone to a shuriken. And now it has the properties of a shuriken.
Of Sasuke.
Even though it's a clone, or it's not... I guess Naruto can just turn himself into objects now? Seems like a pretty beast-ass superpower because it has the properties of a shuriken, including weight, size, and shape, which is why it can fold into a backpack, be thrown by Sasuke, be sleight-of-handed away by Sasuke in place of the real shuriken. Oh yeah, and I guess Sasuke just had another shuriken like that, which we've established. And Naruto's clone was... Or Naruto himself was the shuriken hiding in the shadow of the real shuriken, even though that's not how shadows work. And that shuriken turned sideways the whole way over last episode. That thing spins. It's not going straight horizontal like a frisbee. That's not how shadows work. And so there wouldn't have been a shadow. And so the Naruto in the water right now is the clone Naruto or the real Naruto.
I think it's the real Naruto.
Okay, if it's the real Naruto...
Which is weird.
That would make sense why Naruto isn't on shore right now.
But...
Because they're all like, where's Naruto? Naruto is still there.
But you see Naruto when the windmill is in motion.
Right.
But you don't see Naruto anymore on shore once he's popped out of the shuriken.
Exactly. So why the fuck isn't there two Narutos, whether it was Naruto
unless
clone
he just
or not?
deactivated, made the clone go away, and he
that seems like a
stupid
stupid fucking thing to do. He cut Zabuza's face with this one maneuver. And Kakashi's just got his dick hard, like, this guy's a fucking genius. He cut this guy's face and now I'm out of the prison. And now I'm gonna try and use my magic eye for real.
And then he starts doing...
Only rats, bear, tiger, sugar, and tiger. Okay.
Kakashi starts putting the spanking on Zabuza.
Can we just talk about what the fuck, whether it's real Naruto or clone Naruto? Since when can clones or real people just turn into items, change their size, weight, and shit? Like, why doesn't Naruto just turn into a flea, hop in Zabuza's ear, and then expand in his brain? Is this dude like, is he Morph from X-Men? Is he Plastic Man from DC? Are we just going to ignore the fact that not only can you just turn yourself into items, and by the way, they mentioned when Sasuke gets the shuriken, that's when he knows the plane. He's like, this is really Naruto. I really hope I'm not grabbing the shapeshift equivalent of his junk right now, because I don't know what anything is. Jesus fucking Christ. He hides in a shadow that doesn't exist, so much so that Zabuza's even like, see, I was coming back to this. The Shadow Shuriken Jutsu. It wasn't a Shadow Shuriken Jutsu. If it was a Shadow Shuriken Jutsu, that would make sense. Some sense in a magic ninja world. But the fact that it wasn't a Shadow Shuriken, and it wasn't a Shuriken, and it might not have even been Naruto, without the Shadow Shuriken, how does any of this? This dude's just making shit up as he goes along. This is, look, I had a conversation with my brother-in-law earlier. This is the beginning of the show. Look at another show. Bleach, fantastic start. Fizzled out toward the end. Dragon Ball, all of Dragon Ball is great. Z, some people don't like it, pretty fantastic. I got my issues with the Buu arc. People hate on Super. A lot of these shows start out great and fizzle out. This dude's got like 7 ass pulls in this one fake shuriken move already. And it's the same goddamn episode as clones. Maybe the show gets better. I remember it getting better, but boy, when the show starts out this terrible, I just don't fucking get how people can defend it. We're just at the start of episode 9. How long have we been recording? Fuck me minutes. It's 34 fucking minutes in. Oh, by the way, reminder, fuck you. Thanks for listening. So, God, don't worry. That's probably the worst of it. Oh, and here's my notes. Does that also mean Shadow Shuriken Jutsu isn't real? Or it's real, but it's not a jutsu? Do ninja just assume that everything they don't understand is a jutsu? Well, how come the sky changes color when the sun sets and rises? Oh, that's the sky palette jutsu. Why do people die? Oh, that's the Reaper Jutsu. Some guy who lives in a mountain does it. He guards Xenu with an eternal battery. Fucking ignorant, not Bluetooth having, antiquated bridge building ass motherfucking anachronistic.
This is pretty confusing in the sense of the fact that I don't really understand how. I'm not even talking about the whole debate, the shadow. I don't even understand how this plan was even a plan, how it even worked.
Oh, Sasuke touched Clone Naruto's junk when he was a shuriken. And he's like, the soft, firm penis, but it looks like a shuriken. I'm going to put this in my backpack for later. Oh, throw it at him.
Oh,
now
man.
I got you. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with being gay. There's just a lot wrong with being Sasuke. Seriously. Gay listeners, carry on, bro. If I were gay, I'd be the most out motherfucker there is. Be tricking niggas into touching my dick when it's a fake shuriken all the time. No, I wouldn't, because that's rapey. Be better than me. Actual gay people. I believe in you. Sorry. Now you were talking about how Zabuza's like, alright, fuck this, Kakashi's out. Time to do a spell. Want to point out, water clone jutsu he did after the water prison took one hand. No signs. Pretty advanced jutsu. Water prison itself. 1,000 little hand signs in a second. Now, all of a sudden, Zabuza's doing his signs. Ino tiger, Ino calm, rock, paper, scissors, jutsu, Ino chico sha, rock, shit,
Alpha, Bravo, Delta, Charlie,
but,
Foxtrot, Echo.
Yeah. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Echo, Foxtrot, Delta. Yeah, I did that in the wrong order. And I've never seen anything like that before or since.
And then basically, Kakashi whips out a dragging water style jutsu. They both do it at the same time, which freaks Zabuza.
Kakashi also like rat, tiger, Ino, Chiku, Sha. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kakashi follows him step for step. And
they've summoned like 17 demons at this point to speak accidental Latin.
Basically, I was like, I thought like Zabuza was reading from the Necronomicon or something.
And then they ask him later, like Ash in the Harmony of Darkness, did you say the words? Well, maybe more or less. I said them. And that's why his water dragon sucks.
Yeah. So then Zabuza is going to do another jutsu, but then apparently Kakashi somehow with his omnipotent self.
Well, he's the copy ninja.
It's
written in his bingo.
But I don't know why Zabuza didn't see coming. So he hits. He hits Zabuza with one of the most least thoughtful names for a jutsu, the water vortex jutsu.
The giant.
Oh yeah, giant vortex.
Okay, now hold on. So they both copy the dragon jutsu. Yeah. The dragons fight each other, and he's like, "What the fuck?" Also, that whole standoff, the lamest game of Rochambeau. I wrote that down. I want to say it.
Lamest game of Rochambeau.
Okay, shit. So Kakashi does the giant vortex jutsu, and boy, someone was really phoning it out jutsu naming that day.
Yeah,
and way less hand signs than and it's obviously better than the lame ass water dragon that took all those extra hand signs from me.
And floods Mr. Water Dude out the park. Which how does water even affect him?
Yeah,
that's another thing. Like he's missed water.
He controls the way he can affect.
How is Kakashi gonna beat you at the thing you do best when he's just a copy ninja?
I mean, I'll actually play devil's advocate here. Maybe he's copying him so well, and he's just got so much Jonin ass chakra that he's like, whatever. You can control the properties of water. Like, let's say I can make wood more dense or less dense. If you pin me down and beat the fuck out of me with a baseball bat, I can't make the bat go away. It's just, Also, he's copying him move for move. He probably doesn't have a lot of time to react. But I want to come back to those lame-ass hand signs again. Because they're barely relevant after this anyway. But, yeah, the lame-ass water dragon that was just, I'm a dragon made of water. I rule this pond, bruh. Took way more hand signs than the jutsu he copied, the giant vortex jutsu, that just sends this dude careening through the entire forest, like you said. So what the fuck are the point of these hand signs? It's lame. But yeah, Kakashi just hits this dude with the deluge of pain, knocks him through a billion fucking trees.
Then hits him with some kunai and pins him against the tree as well.
Oh yeah, it's pretty amusing watching Zabuza lose his shit over Kakashi copying though. Kakashi even copies his speech when he's like, this is where you end. He's like, this is where you end. He's like, oh, that's some petty ass shit.
Yeah, that's also some Joe's Bizarre Adventure shit too. Just want to throw that out there.
There's also a moment when Zabuza sees his own self behind Kakashi when he's doing the water vortex jutsu that Zabuza's trying to do. Because that's the thing, he copied the water dragon jutsu in real time. But when he does the giant vortex jutsu...
He did it before Zabuza could even launch it. He did it before he even...
So it's like, does he know what I'm thinking in the future?
And Kakashi's literally finishing his sentences for him.
I can get that maybe you're just hypnotizing this dude a little bit with your magic Sharingan, and I can only get that because I know how the show works. Because I watched ahead, but this is fucking stupid.
But
and
Kakashi's not a true
what's up with the
practitioner
Zabuza clone just next to him, though? He just sees a Zabuza clone next to him, like, what the fuck is that shit? Is that just Sharingan, lol? No?
No idea.
So, yeah, he pins this dude to a tree with some fucking kunais.
After the water, like, fucking...
Kunais.
Yeah, kunais.
Sorry, I'm petty.
Kunais.
I'm so petty, I'm just gonna copy your speech right now.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Sharingan.
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 Ninja.
Genja. Julian's the best. Oh.
No, yeah, I didn't say
that. Okay. So they're finally going to kill him. Oh my god. And then Zabuza gets 2 knitting needles through the neck. And he's like, oh, I'm dead. Blah.
From Mass Boy in the trees, who appeared like 5 seconds. I mean, pretty much 5 seconds into the water vortex, smashing Zabuza.
Okay. So this guy, his name is Haku. I don't know if it's established. He's wearing a mask of of a tracker. Specifically, trackers are part of Anbu Black Ops.
The Inferno.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what are they called? The Inferno... Oh, God. Where is it?
In the next episode, I think it's called the Inferno Squad.
Yeah, like the Inferno Squad.
Yeah. Which
is still a better name than Demon Wind Shuriken Windmill of Shadows.
It is.
Or Giant Vortex Jutsu.
It is.
Fuck me. Okay. So, Haku steals the kill, and Kakashi's all like, oh, shit. Yeah, that dude's... He is cool, man. He's a tracker. He's like, I've been looking for Zabuza for a long time. And then Sakura chides Naruto for pretending to
not knowing.
Naruto's like, oh, a tracker,
Rogue
yeah!
Ninja and their secrets. Chopstick, yeah, you got chopsticks to the neck. Rogue Ninja and their secrets. And then Naruto's like Jon Snow's himself.
Naruto Jon Snow's himself. How does it do that?
Well...
I know nothing! I don't know anything!
Oh, so, yeah, this is definitely how we know...
I also want to fuck a girl with kind of reddish hair! Jon Snow is fuck, bruh!
This is definitely how we know Naruto was actually the one in the water. That was actually him, because he's actually had the conversation with Sasuke about what he did while he was in the water. And he had this... He was the only one that had to swim back to shore.
That makes sense, but I promise you it was not the real Naruto. He turned a clone into a shuriken.
It wound up being Naruto out there. It makes
more sense for him to be Naruto because it wound up being Naruto and there was no one else on shore. But I am fucking telling you, on my...
Yeah, because...
I
know what you're saying because the real Naruto...
He did turn a clone into the shuriken, so what the fuck?
Joe, I know why I say that because the real Naruto had the backpack, and then the one that turned to...
Oh my god.
No, listen to me.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I know I say that because the real Naruto had the book pack the whole time, and the one that turned into a shuriken didn't have a book pack. Didn't have the book pack. So it should have been a clone that turned into Naruto. But
there also shouldn't have been a clone because all the others went poo 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 poo.
That too, yes.
And even then, there still should have been a clone on show. Oh,
no, I'm totally agreeing with you. That's what I'm saying. Like Naruto had the backpack. He was the one that had the backpack the whole time. Like, he had a bag and stuff with him. That Naruto the whole time had the Naruto pop up behind him, and then that one turned into the shuriken, which should have been a clone. But that's saying that's the real Naruto, even though the one holding the bag is the one that the Naruto that turned into the shuriken was hiding behind.
I'm just gonna pretend like I understand. But I believe you. I believe that you're.
No, what I'm saying is you're right from your perspective.
I just can't do it. Okay.
Like Naruto has
From my perspective, Naruto was the clone.
Well, you are lost.
Oh, nice.
I treat you like a brother.
Hey guys, yeah.
I loved you. You're supposed to bring balance to Naruto.
You were supposed to enjoy Naruto, not destroy it on a podcast. Hey, you know what? Prequel's looking pretty good right now by comparison. Kakashi explains that this person, Haku, who we don't know is Haku yet, who just iced Zabuza, wink wink, is a tracker. That mask means a tracker. He's super elite. And Naruto's like, oh yeah, tracker! He's like, Naruto, do you even know what a tracker is? And so, yeah, she's getting on Naruto's ass for not knowing what a tracker is because he missed the class. Right? You weren't even in class. But I'm just going to go on a limb and just say it's to track people. Like, Haku literally says, I've been tracking him for a long time. Duh, I guess you're a tracker then? Duh, what does that mean? This dialogue is diarrhea.
And then Naruto basically, Jon Snow's himself, basically like, what is this? What's going on? How did you do that? You didn't mean older than me and you just killed him. We don't know anything. Yeah. What's going on? Basically just...
Kakashi is suspicious and knows it's a boy Naruto's age. Naruto's a butthurt little sore loser because some androgynous kid was better than him. I have written down, ha ha ha, what a bitch. Oh, there we go. Naruto's actual quote. What are we doing here? We're nothing. I can't believe it. So that's one off the believe it count. What was the believe it count for this episode? 2?
Did he say believe it?
He said, I can't believe it. So if you ask me, that's -1 believe it.
That's 1 believe it.
Oh, that's 1 extra believe it.
No, just 1.
Oh, okay, 1 total.
The very first believe it then.
And then he starts punching the ground even though they won. What a dirty diaper baby. And then Kakashi starts having a stroke.
Yep.
The giant vortex ramming old boy all up and down the forest was pretty cool. I mean, that shuriken thing was still hot garbage. But, you know. I don't know what I'm more mad at. Let me ask you this, Russell. Just from your point of view. I know from your perspective the Jedi are evil. Okay, look. What was more egregious? Ending episode 8 with a 3-clone fake out and then compiling a 4th clone on top of it? Just ruining the cliffhanger and any suspense that the show had? Or this ridiculous... I can't even come up with a non-swear word for it. What's it? God. Okay, hold on. I'm going to Google a synonym for fucking retarded. Which one's worse?
Say this one was better. Which one was worse?
Sham. I'm still trying to come up with a word for it. I'm pretty tired.
I'm gonna say the first one with definitely the shuriken shit was like by far worse.
Okay. So, that's episode 9. Episode 10. Oh, by the way, Haku, masked person, who we don't know is named Haku, he just goes whoosh, 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 and he and Zabuza are gone. That's what a tracker ninja does.
Ninja. So,
start episode 10 after Kakashi's stroke. He's lying on a half-ass sleeping bag on the floor. But, I mean, these people are supposed to be poor, so now I kind of feel like a dick for pointing it out. Sakura says, like, hey, so your magic eye's cool and all, but if it makes you woozy, like... And this part's a direct quote. It's not worth it. Maybe your life wasn't worth it. I wouldn't stub my toe to save you, Sakura, let alone catch a coma nap, but show some goddamn gratitude. He just beat Zabuza and saved your ass, and you're gonna talk shit to him while he's in a fucking coma bed? Like, maybe it's cool, but maybe it's not worth it. Fuck you, you ungrateful whore.
Also, this episode...
Stop making it so easy for me to hate you. Fuck.
Also, the title of the episode was the Forest of Chakra. I believe the counter for this one is
The Forest
5.
of Chakra?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Forest of Chakra.
The Forest of Chakra. Where Inuyasha is pinned to a tree.
Yes. And the believe it count is 5.
Oh, God. Is this the episode with the
star?
The star? Okay. The bridge builder says that they're going to be safe for a while because they're not worried about anything. And Sakura, by the way, apropos of nothing, out of nowhere, like, I'm still worried about that guy in the mask. Why, though? He just killed the dude, like, that you were after, and, like, Kakashi explained it away.
And then Kakashi starts explaining more into detail about that's when he reveals the Inferno Squad and the Anbu, and then he starts revealing the details of how they're supposed to exhume bodies, basically from rogue ninja that escape, so that other ninja can't obtain this jutsu from them and other secrets from their ninja, that they exhume the body and destroy it completely, because that's what their specialty is. They leave no trace of it.
In case somebody has, I don't know, a magic eye, or
ability to
maybe
take
somebody
away.
has like 10 magic eyes in their arm and they try to take over.
You could just be a Mochimaru. Orochimaru can study a dead body, learn, and take every jutsu they ever had.
He can turn to snakes and like bite you, and it's ridiculous. But also, like, Kakashi was already making such a big fucking deal about this tracker, Haku, being such hot shit that it is probably even better than me. Which, I got 2 points about that. Sakura, if they wanted you dead, they would have just done it there. Idiot. And why are you worried about it in the first place? Second point.
And then they do reveal.
If they are, you're right, it was the Inferno Squad.
Correct, yeah.
But that's part of the Anbu Black Ops.
It's a division, basically. It's a division within the Anbu Black Ops where you...
Kakashi was Anbu Black Ops, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Don't you find out later that he was Anbu Black Ops?
Yeah,
so why is he shitting about this kid? Fucks it. Oh, right, because he hasn't been arbitrarily powered up yet.
Yeah.
So, in Kakashi's defense, maybe he's shitting because this kid is an Anbu and he just whacked Zabuza
also,
as
the
a
plot
kid.
forgot Kakashi is a genius, and he's just now remembering that this kid was up to some shady shit. So then he becomes a genius again after that.
Yeah.
He forgot one moment how smart Graven Ninja was, but then we remembered, and now we know that Zabuza and Haku are alive. Yeah. So we gotta prepare for him. Because he's omniscient, people.
I do kind of like how they handle this. This is the second thing that I mentioned at the beginning that's like an actual nice thing I'm going to say about this show. At this point, we, the viewer, we don't know that this person's named Haku. We don't know this tracker is on Zabuza's side, is evil, whether it's even coming back. We don't know if Zabuza's alive or dead. We assume he's dead. Correct. Kakashi's pondering, feels like there's something I'm missing. And it cuts back to this tracker, like, all right, a pair of pliers or some shit, like, guess I'll start with the eyes, and Zabuza's like, get the fuck off me, and he's like, you're up. And so, like, oh, shit, the tracker's like, he's alive, and then he kind of takes off the mask a little bit, and Zabuza's talking shit, like, bossing around, and dude's kid's just like, he's like, oh, I could fuck you up for this, you little piece of shit, don't talk to me that way, and the kid's just like, sure. You're a little cranky, aren't you? You little cranky from your nap? And Zabuza's like, why'd you have to hit me in the neck, though? And he's like, duh.
No, he just said you're brutal as ever. It's like, goddamn, like, you didn't have to hit your neck. And Haku was just like, well, I had to make it convincing. Yeah. Basically, like.
Which Kakashi then explains, like, there's no vital organs in the neck. I'm pretty sure the whole neck is a pretty vital organ.
That's not what he said. No, he
shitload of arteries and stuff.
And mostly we're talking about the weapons he was using. The fact that the needles are, like, mostly used for acupuncture and other stuff like that. Yeah. So, like, most of them can't cause, like, fate. Even if you are
kind of weird that he didn't.
Even if you're trying to use them in a battle sense, a lot of them aren't going to afflict a lot of fatal jutsu because how small and thin they are. They don't make a big hole.
Sasuke even knows the name of them.
Yes.
So it is a little weird that Kakashi.
The Senbon needles.
Senbon needles, nice. I wrote down the name of the spikes. You got the name of the needles. This is why we're a perfect team. Inquisitive Flood.
Inquisitive Flood.
Life. Again, a little weird that he doesn't figure it out, but this is the part I like. We've already got this.
Naruto's dick gets hard when he finds out that they are alive.
Yeah, which that's kind of neat. He's like,
eager to face
cool, I get to die now.
Yeah, I get to face him again.
So, but this is the one part I like. Before Kakashi figures it out, we don't get Kakashi figuring out like, oh my god, that kid was fucking with us. They're on the same side, and Zabuza's still alive. And then you cut to the kid. We get to see the kid first, and it's kind of cool because you remember in The Walking Dead season 3, like. First half of season 3, they invade the governor's camp.
Correct.
And they blast it up, and the governor gets away. Then he invades their prison as the season finale. And he gets away again. And then, like, second or so episode of season 4, he's in the woods. I'm like, I am tired of this limp dick piece of shit. He's not a fucking threat anymore. He's lame. He's dirty brown trash. It's supposed to be dirty brown water trash. It's a reference to the show Workaholics. That is not a racial comment. Seriously, Google dirty brown water trash. It's not even racial. But wow. I'm going to stop talking about it. This makes it sound worse. But here's the thing. They've already hyped up Haku as, like, way beyond this guy. So I don't get that same sense of, like, oh, good, more Zabuza after he already got his ass kicked. Like, he's not doing the wrestling jobber shit. Because Haku's the real guy. And you get a little hint from... And they set him up as the real guy really well.
Yeah, at the end, yeah.
And then Haku... And Zabuza's like, that's cool. I know the trick to his Sharingan now. So like, all right, pretty cool. Because now it's probably gonna be the kids versus Haku and rematch Kakashi versus Zabuza. That's gonna be kind of neat because he doesn't have to jump on them anymore. That is, I'm not gonna lie, it's a really cool setup. Then Kakashi's like, what am I missing? And instantly knows what he's missing. He's like, hey kids, I know what we all just missed? I thought you were just wondering what you were missing, but okay, I guess you know now.
He became a genius again. The plot allowed him to become a genius again at this point in time.
Good note.
Which Kakashi reveals that Haku and Zabuza are still in the fray and that we gotta prepare for them.
Yep.
Which makes Naruto's dick really get hard. Then Sakura has to butt in like, oh no, but you can barely take on Zabuza. How are we going to take on Zabuza and somebody you said is even better? We're Genin. We're not meant for this. We're not meant for to take on Jonin. Basically what she said. She tried rhyming. It was bad.
Oh god, yeah. Sakura's got no bars.
No.
I have that written down. I don't have that written down. That's actually your answer. It's good shit. Sakura's got no bars and no brains and no.
Then we also have
right
Hinari
to be
coming
in. Show.
Then we also have Hinari coming in.
Oh yeah.
Little kid just telling him like,
you guys suck dick.
Y'all ain't gonna make it. Y'all gonna die. And then Naruto also.
You're gonna die in there.
But no, and right before that happened, Naruto was trying to think, he's gonna be better than a super ninja.
He's gonna go.
He's gonna be better than a super ninja.
He's gonna go super ninja.
But then be better than that. So he's gonna go super ninja plus ultra.
Pain's gonna kill his son Boruto and is gonna say, "Curse you, Frieza!" And he's gonna turn super ninja. Yeah. So Naruto, they're like, "You're gonna die because no one beats Gato. You're gonna die. You're all gonna be fucking fools." And the grandpa's just like, "Hey, there's my optimistic grandson. Sunny as ever. What's up? You're all fucking idiots." And Naruto's like, "I'm gonna kick the shit out of you!" And he follows the kid up to his room. And the kid is crying over a picture.
Of a man.
And he just goes, his only lines are, "No, Daddy, no!"
And then Kakashi presumes to say he's going to train the kids. Because he can't, he's no condition to train himself or do anything to prepare other than to rest.
So he says something half-assed like, "By climbing a tree, of course."
So we go out to the woods and we cut to all four of them into the woods, and then Kakashi proceeds to take with crutches, and he walks up a fucking tree, and he tells them they can't use hands, and they must take a kunai and mark as high they get up, and every time they get higher to mark their progress.
He probably, in his defense, does know that Sasuke and Naruto are gonna succeed at this because they hate each other, and they have to outdo each other, right?
Of course, or he's basically really pushing them to because he's probably thinking this would be the best thing to help them advance. Because Kakashi proclaims that by learning how to do this, you will be able to learn and master most jutsus, essentially. Basically is what he said. Yeah. You can master them all.
It's like foundation ground level shit, but he does hype it up a little more.
Well, he says it's a pretty difficult task for even advanced ninja to do. Which,
he also asks Naruto and Sasuke if they know what chakra is, and Sasuke's like, "Oh, yeah, duh." And Naruto's like, "Yeah, of course I know what Chorlo is." And it's like, he says something stupid. Yeah. And of course I know what Chuk
is. Yes.
Demon Wind Shuriken.
Out the
Master of buttholes. Windmill of fartholes. I guess that. I really hope that's caught on the mic, otherwise it's going to be embarrassing. Well, okay. I'm going to turn on the ceiling fan. And then, but he explains that there are two. Well, he asks I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
No, I don't smell it. Yeah, wow. I'm doing precaution.
Here, I'll vape it out. Hold
it's precaution. But anyways, so
he asks Sakura to explain
chakra.
That there are, chakra. Chakra. He asks Sakura to explain chakra. And there are two types of chakra.
Well, yeah.
Well, two forms of it, physical and spiritual, which,
Physical basically comes from, like, I guess your latent talents, where you're basically using all the powers and bodies of the cell, like with chakra points that flow through your body.
Sorry again about that.
It's fine, no. But basically, you're basically using, like, all the chakra points and powers of your cells, like your mitochondria and the power of your cells. Spiritual is actually from your training, your techniques, and your experience you've gone through from your training, which is more of a mental thing, and like how you're mentally prepared and, I guess, applying yourself. So that is the whole spiritual aspect.
Does he bring up hand signs again? Like, you can use hand signs. That's how you focus your physical and spiritual. I'm like, yeah, together, not for long.
That's how you link them
these
both,
hand signs do not.
The hand signs are meant to link, like, Basically, you're supposed to use the hand signs for visualization to help with the mental part.
It's like a pneumatic device. It's like the physical version of a pneumatic device. It's just a cheat sheet for that shit, which, okay, that explains why hand signs were such a big deal in the last 2 episodes, and they'll probably never be important again.
But you're basically... But you're basically supposed to use both of these in the right amount of proportions to create your jutsus and use them effectively. And the purpose of this training is for balance and control.
He also mentions different chakra types and doesn't touch on them again. I'm not sure they get touched on again until
way later.
Sasuke has to beat Gaara.
Yeah.
And so apparently, according to him, the feet is the most difficult part to focus chakra into.
The feet. The
soles of your feet.
It's
and
the hardest part.
We saw them both standing on water, even though it was special water. So I guess there's some precedent to like impressive shit.
Yeah.
So Sasuke and Naruto.
They start beginning training, which
and
Naruto falls.
Sakura's also just like, man, this is fucking boring.
Sakura
walks up the tree like Bugs Bunny and shit.
Sakura actually shines for once in this series because she actually exhibits greater control and ability to maintain herself. And
control
she climbs
and
at the
precision,
trees. And she climbs at the trees very easily, which Kakashi makes a very weird comment about. Oh, look, our female is the best. And then
that's next episode. No,
that's the same episode.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's the same episode.
And then he starts throwing motivational shade.
The female ninja's so good. You guys gonna take that? Like, wow. How again?
And then he's throwing like motivational shade to like Naruto. So I say, if all the people who's gonna be Hokage here, Sakura seems to be the closest. Wouldn't you say that, Naruto? Then he's like, the Uchihas not so strong and powerful now, are they?
Pretty fucked up because they just got wiped out like 7 years ago.
Yeah, he made an Uchiha comment to him.
Wow, with one of their dead eyes in there. I'll tell you who wouldn't take some shit like that, Kurapika.
Well,
looks like the Crimson Eye people aren't worth the shit after all. One of y'all got wiped out.
I don't know if I watched enough of the filler of Naruto, but I wondered if there was ever a time where the members of the Uchiha were trying to come for Kakashi's eye, like Obito's parents and stuff like that. Like, I mean, they were pretty in the midst of like coup d'état, like killing everybody. So you think they would have a pretty big grudge against Kakashi, who's now walking around with the eye of their dead son.
That's something that's worth noting. A lot of Uchihas can use the Sharingan. I don't think it's
Kakashi can't like control it. That's why he covers it up.
That's the reason he covers it up.
He's not naturally attuned to using it.
He can't turn it off.
Yeah. So
anytime it's out, it like bleeds out his chakra.
Correct.
And you would talk to me about whether or not, if it's always on, what does covering it up do? And I kind of equate it to like, if you lock your phone but you still don't have it plugged in, you're going to drain some battery, but you're going to drain a whole lot more battery if you're running YouTube and downloading porn.
Correct.
So I guess Kakashi just has to eat a good diet, and that's why the Sharingan, not the Demon Wind Sharingan Eyeball of Shadows, that's why it knocked him out. God, it's getting hot in this bitch. I had to turn off the AC and the fans to get sound quality.
And basically the day ends with like, Naruto winds up asking, Naruto eventually asks Sakura for some help. After his many failed attempts of going up the tree. Of course, before that, Sakura immediately thought that Naruto was just going to be a little spaz and get mad and all temperamental about it and not be able to do it. But
she also has something like, of course Naruto's just going to get mad and throw a tantrum.
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, I misunderstood you.
Yeah, no. Before, as I'm saying, before Naruto asked her, she had it already made up in her mind that Naruto was going to be all temperamental and unhappy, throw a fit about the whole situation, about not being able to do it.
Almost like he was punching the ground like a little diaper baby, even though they won last episode.
Pretty much. But to her surprise, Naruto does go over and ask her for help, but in a very gay way, because he's like, please don't tell Sasuke that I'm asking for help. Which is not, I'm not saying it's bad to be gay, but boy, he's really concerning himself with Sasuke a lot about himself.
I said some... Yeah, let's
doing it. That's
lame.
That's what I'm saying.
It's all good.
It is pretty super lame.
Please let it all be good.
It is pretty super lame in the fact that he's more worried about Sasuke than himself.
Yeah. Well, then Sasuke even swallows his pride later, and he's like, Sasuke's He's still going. How does he have the energy? I think that's episode 11.
Is it?
No, it's episode 10. It's still episode 10 because 11's that whole weird flashback flood thing where he's like, I'm gonna show this kid. Whatever. But yeah, he's like, Sasuke's still going. And Sasuke's head is like, this guy's still getting like inch by inch. He's like, hey, Naruto, listen.
I saw you talking to Sakura earlier.
Like,
you mind telling me what she told you?
yeah, like, it's gonna like, oh, you wanna know, huh? And he's like, fuck, don't, look, okay, yeah, fine. He's like, now's my chance. I'm not gonna tell you, because I'm a petty sack of shit.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm on Sasuke's side. I'm on Sasuke's side. Fuck Naruto.
Yep.
Spongy ass bitch.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking
Spongy
shitty.
ass bitch.
That's
You know what?
pretty
I'm standing by it.
That was pretty shitty.
It's already out there. Yeah, pretty
He's
shitty.
your teammate. You asked one of your other teammates for help, and then you didn't want to help your other. I mean, I know he's not exactly your boy, your rival, but he was genuinely asking you. He didn't degrade you. He didn't say, "Hey, you motherfucker." He didn't try bullying you to tell him. He asked you genuinely, "Hey, what was Sakura?" And he didn't ask you to tell you like, "Oh, well, you know." He asked you to tell him what Sakura told him. Like,
what Sakura actually told him too was like, "Hey, look, you just gotta focus your chakra." That's some lame ass like. Oh, focus my chakra! Wow, never thought of that before.
No, what she told him was to focus on the tree, though. When after you focus your chakra on your feet, focus on the keep your focus on the tree. Don't be anxious and don't. She also said you couldn't be anxious or like nervous and like because it wouldn't work.
Oh yeah,
It's like
actually not too bad advice. Like stop trying to go all gung ho.
Yeah.
Like just
she's saying like focus on the tree.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah. Basically, she was basically saying to focus on the tree itself, though, not so much on you.
Okay. So yeah, Naruto doesn't share because he's petty.
Correct, and then basically we go to Gato walking up on Haku.
Wait,
and
that's actually
Zabuza
pretty badass.
In the bed.
Okay, I guess maybe there are 3 things I like about this because. I mean, three things I like out of 4 episodes, still pretty failing great.
Yeah, Gato and 2 is goon show up, though, to pretty much start...
Some discount Zoros from One Piece.
They start mocking Zabuza that he got beat up, like, oh, the great demon ninja got beat up, blah, blah, blah. And Gato starts approaching him, and then he goes to put his hand out to do something like, talk to me, Zabuza, and Haku straight grabs his wrist.
I think he breaks his arm or something. I hear something crack.
He grabs it and he says, don't you touch him. And then he starts squeezing tight like, oh, you're going to break it.
And they go to fucking, the 2 goons go to slash.
Draw the swords.
And Haku just appears behind them and just like has their own swords.
And like is like
ready to kill them. Like, so again, I love this. I fucking love it. Haku being set up.
Hey, Haku's like, I'm in a foul mood. Do not fuck with me or I will slaughter all of you.
Yeah, and then you cut back to you can't let Zabuza be too much of a bitch because then it cuts under the sheets like he had a kunai.
You're ready to just
he's like, you know, I could have done that, and he's like,
Haku's like, we need Gato alive because then they reveal that they're using Gato basically to cover themselves from the Anbus from the hidden myths that are after him. And Zabuza.
If they leave a trail of bodies without Gato paying for it, Gato leaves a trail of bodies. Nobody gives a shit.
Correct.
2 rogue ninjas leave a trail of bodies.
It draws attention that they're not looking for.
Yeah. So not only do we not know now that Haku is not a tracker.
He's also
Haku is on Zabuza's side.
He killed someone for that mask. He killed a tracker for that mask.
And it's not like the village is on his side. They're both fugitives, and we know how serious Haku is. Yeah. Haku is serious about, like, do not fuck with Zabuza. And also, before we get to what comes later, Haku's, like, invincible jutsu or something. Yeah, Haku is actually, like, some pretty hot shit. Like, that guy got his stuff together. Yeah, I thought that was honest. Like, I thought it was a little lame, like, whatever. He was still holding the kunai. He's still bad. Zabuza, I don't give a fuck about Zabuza. But I don't mind, because Haku's, like, stealing the show right now. They are really doing a good job of... Haku's barely in these episodes. But every time he shines, you learn a little bit about him. First time he shows up, you learn how strong and talented he is. Second time, you learn a little bit about his motivations. Third time, you get his personality and his real skills out there. He is being thrown out and set up so fucking well, like in contrast to our protagonist running up a tree and shit. And it's just fantastic. I could not love this Haku shit more. That's 3 nice things I have to say about this show. And other than, no, Daddy, no. What's the kid's name?
Hinari.
Hinari. we come to the end of episode 10. One episode left. 11.
Episode 11. This episode is titled The Land Where a Hero Once Lived.
Believe it count.
1.
Alright. So,
This
homeboy bridge builder. He's on the bridge. Sakura's bored as shit.
And just sitting
She's
there.
the only one guarding him.
She's just sitting there watching him while he's building the bridge, which is building the bridge like a boss. He's a man of his word.
Yeah, he's got like girders and logs and shit. He's hauling around like he actually looks fucking jacked. Like,
actually, yeah. With
this dude is a
yeah.
workman, not just some nothing fucking foreman.
Yeah.
He's getting
for
at
all
it.
the shit he was talking on there about them not being ninjas, he's actually about his business about building bridges.
Yeah, fucking A.
About his business.
You
and
call
then,
yourself a bridge builder, you have no right to call yourself a bridge
and in the middle of this, the old man's calling Sakura a lazy bitch, and then I find out why he is calling her a lazy bitch, because it cuts to Naruto and Sasuke, and they're training, still training, climbing the trees, while I guess Sakura just thinks she's good because she can do it. She doesn't have to train anymore, which is very fucking lazy and bad writing for her. I feel very fucking pretty pissed off that...
I feel like she's a victim. I will actually defend Sakura here.
No,
I think she's a victim of her own success.
Yeah, I mean...
Someone still has to guard the bridge builder.
I suppose so.
And,
Kakashi?
I mean... Yeah, Kakashi can. He's on crutches.
Yeah, okay. I would pick Kakashi on crutches over all three of those kids.
Okay, shit. Okay.
He still can walk up the tree. They're still training to learn how to.
Shit. All right. Yeah. But maybe Kakashi.
She can still be fucking. I understand she can still be watching the bridge builder, but I agree with the bridge builder that she's lazy. She can, and the bad writing here. This is why Sakura doesn't amount to nothing.
Explain the bad writing part to me, because I hate this show, but I want to know what it particularly about
it's just when Sakura becomes nothing. Okay, the same point you have you already have two guys who have more chakra who are already just naturally better than her, but they don't understand the concept of what they're doing, so they're out there still training, climbing the tree. Sakura is literally sitting on waiting, knowing that they're about to get into a fight, and not training anymore. She's just sitting down, being lazy, like the bridge builder said. She's being late, and that's not exactly her fault. It's just what they're doing with her character. Like, she could be actually, because she climbed the tree doesn't mean she can actually be working on something else, developing her own jutsu. She doesn't make her own jutsu because she has to copy all Tsunade shit and become medical jutsu. Ino, the chick that fucking with
Sakura's rival.
Yeah, she has a jutsu of her own from her family. Something every other one has a jutsu of their own.
Okay,
she doesn't have one.
Let's call it poor character writing.
Yes,
that's Sakura. Maybe not poor writing putting her with the bridge builder, but they are definitely like going out of their way to fuck her out of any development.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm with you.
She could be doing something right here, but said they just have her doing nothing, while the other guys who are still naturally better than her, maybe not naturally what they were doing, but are going to be naturally better ninjas than her, are still training their ass off. She could have been doing something besides just sitting down. Like, that's the whole attitude.
Maybe just using a dumbbell or something, just doing some curls or something.
No, I'm just saying that's what draws people away from Sakura, though. You got her sitting there literally doing nothing, while the other two people of the team were training.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Anybody out here who actually lets the show enough and still listens and who knows enough about the show and somehow is still listening to shit on it.
That's what I'm saying.
If you want to send any examples of times when Naruto's just being a lazy shit, like, I'm just gonna eat ramen.
Naruto even went on his way to compliment how great she was when she did climb the tree.
Well, yeah, Naruto dick riding.
I know, but I'm just saying, encourage yourself, which is good.
You know what? I'm gonna defend Sasuke again. Yeah, Naruto asked Sakura for help, and he is a petty bitch for not passing on Sasuke. But could you imagine if Sasuke was just like, "Hey, Sakura, can you?" She's like, "Oh, Sasuke, you can ask me anything. It's about my hair, my eyes, what our children are going to." Oh my God, never mind. Fuck me. I'm gonna break myself against a tree again. Right. Fuck, maybe I'll try climbing with my head. Just bash against it as hard as I can. Maybe some inside will fall out from the fucking branches. Better than talking to you, you dumb stump.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a little... Wow, I just kind of ad-libbed that. I fucking hate Sakura. On Sasuke's behalf. So, okay, and the one guy comes up to the bridge builder and he's all like...
Oh yeah, I quit and shit like this.
Yeah, like, I don't think it's worth it. You know, I'm only here because we're friends, but I'm done. Like, it's not... This bridge... What's the point of building this bridge? He's like, He gives like the Barrett speech from Final Fantasy VII Remake. The point of building this bridge is freedom. It's not just about the bridge itself. The bridge will get us freedom, but building the bridge is about taking back what's ours. If we don't build the bridge, then we don't deserve freedom. You lackluster, lazy sack of shit. You're worse than the fucking strawberry girl over there.
The fight is noon. Take lunch. And you know what? After lunch, don't fucking come back here.
Ooh, that's an old classic forum move. And right there, I was like, you know what? That bridge builder walks the walk.
And talks to talk.
What the fuck is his name? Tazana?
I think it's Tazana. Tazana, the bridge builder. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. So cut back to everyone's back at the house. Little bitch Inari is probably still sulking at the table. It's his daughter and his grandson. You know, the ones that he mentioned.
And the room's got a flow. Everyone's kind of talking himself about it, and then Sakura out of nowhere.
Oh, they're eating a lot of food really fast. And then they throw up this good people's... They go, more! And they both puke. Not only are they eating these people out of house and fucking home, but you just...
And they don't have a lot either.
Bruh, you think they have a mop around there? Kakashi's in a sleeping bag on a hardwood floor. I swallowed a little bit of vape, like a little longer.
It's okay.
So my voice is a little... It's like, Kakashi's in a sleeping bag on a hardwood floor! Believe it! No lumbar support! He just passed out trying to kill a ninja! And so they threw up on these good people's floor. And Sakura walks up to a fucking Jesus Christ.
And then it gets to the point where they're all kind of sitting around, they're all talking, they're having a good time. And Sakura decides to get up, and she makes her way over to this family photo, I guess. But there's
clearly like a good quarter of it torn off, which is the top half of a person.
Yeah, which is clearly missing somebody's face. Which she has to
Photoshop isn't around.
Which she makes a point to kind of stop the whole flow of the room, everything that's going on.
Oh my God.
Just to say, like, hey, what's the deal with this picture over here? Why is there a piece of it torn out?
It almost looks like there's a person. That's kind of weird to tear a person out of a photo. What's the deal?
And everybody in the fucking room has this look on it, like, this bitch, Kakashi especially, just eyes are just like, this fucking cunt.
One eye, like, you bitch. So then everything, of course, everything stops.
And then the old man...
He zooms in on Sakura's face, you vaguely hear, boom, boom, boom.
And then the old man says something like, he was a hero. Which pisses off the little boy Hinari, which he just leaves instantly.
And he's like, what did I tell you? Never call him that.
And then Sakura's just like, yeah, but what's the deal with him? I want to know. Like, bitch, you still egging it on? Like,
wow. Because it's all about you. It's all about Sakura and no one else.
Which we go back to this.
Sorry, I got to touch on this. Like, he was considered a hero. And the little kid runs away, and his mom, the beard builder's daughter's like, I told you never call him that. Like, would you rather? He's like, he was a scoundrel.
About him that way.
He was a
piece. They were talking about him that way. Yeah. Just
say he was a scoundrel. He was a do-nothing piece of shit. He deserved everything he got. You know what's worse? His adopted son. What a piece of shit.
So then we have to go with the whole flashback in the sad story here. And it starts off with a good bit of dog violence.
Oh, yeah. What is this, fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Exactly.
Hold on, I got some notes. I forgot about that.
Yes, it starts off with a little bit of some good fucking... some good dog violence. Where he has these three kids and they're basically holding...
One of them's wearing a hard hat for some reason.
Yeah,
he's a bandaged nose and a hard hat. Like,
yeah.
I bet he grew up to work on the bridge. He's probably the pussy that quit.
Yeah, he probably is. No, because this is relatively around the same age as Hinari. So they're a little bit older than Hinari. But they're basically... one of them... Two of them are holding him. The other one has apparently has Hinari's dog on him. His name is Shooting Star. The old man just keeps calling the dog Pooch.
Yeah, so cool. the dogs... The goddamn dogs... Well, Who's the hero again? What's his name? Kaze?
Kaze.
Kazi. Basically, yeah, so he calls him Pooch. The kid calls him Pooch. He's like, no, his name's Shooting Star now. If you can't keep hold of your own dog, then I'm going to take him. And I'm like, I like the cut of this bully's jib.
You sound like a guy from JoJo. It's like Ario Speedwagon.
Yeah.
The guy's name,
This guy's fucking alright.
He cut his jib.
Also, the Shooting Star is a terrible...
So they throw Shooting Star into
you know what? I just figured out why the kid's wearing a helmet. It's fucking a little slow. This dog's name is Oatmeal.
So they throw Shooting Star into the water, and apparently
just drown a dog like, well, fuck that dog.
Apparently Shooting Star can't swim, so then they let Homeboy go, and he just stand on the bay because he's like too pussy to jump in.
I'm sorry, puppy.
So then they
I
push
can't
him in.
save you. And he's like, oh, you don't like to swim here? And they later like, what if we drown this kid?
And
he's like,
the other kid grabs the kid's
I'll
like,
fucking
I'll
throw
fucking kill you. I'll throw you in next. Shut up. Let's go.
So he's basically a developmentally disabled Dio, which I love. That I didn't even know there was.
This is the early times of Dio.
Fucking consonants over here.
Mr. Brando.
Yeah. Me see if you swim.
So we have Homeboy, the hero of the day, Kages, who
never talk about him that way.
Kages,
sorry.
Kaze goes and apparently he saved little Hinari and the dog. But also, while the boy was drowning, the dog learned how to swim and abandoned him because, well, he abandoned the dog first, and that's good for him. Yeah. So, with a little campfire story, the guy kind of gives the kid a little lesson.
How's he say that shit? Live your life so you have nothing to regret. Protect what you love with both arms. Pretty ironic because he ends up getting both arms tied to a crucifix.
Chopped off. I wish they were chopped off and he had no arms like a Orochimaru. But that's another story.
This guy. Yeah. So, and then I guess like the dam's breaking and they need a rope or something.
Yeah, a great flood winds up happening. So there's a flood. So this is when he became the guy that taught them all.
The hero.
Kaze taught them all courage, the whole town. And he was just a fisherman.
The whole town courage.
He was just a fisherman, so he jumps in with a rope and swims across this death current, basically, and was able to get the gate closed. But not long after that, Gato's men showed up.
Also, that Eddie would go.
Yeah, Eddie would have done it. Everyone knows Eddie.
Eddie would have gone.
Believe
it.
Believe it. For one jawbreaker. So fucking. So not long after the whole courage of death current scene, Gato and his men eventually showed up, and the only person that stood against him was our guy Kaze, but he wind up getting fucked up, and then they Jesus his ass.
They Jesus his ass. They beat the living fuck.
That's what I'm saying. They beat the shit out of him, and then they made an example of him by Jesus him in the town. And
also, if any Chrono Trigger fans out there, it's like fucking, my name is Gato. I will break your joints. I will beat your ass until you shit 15 silver points. And then they crucified him. And when he died, then all the courage in the village died with him. Which, if you ask me, sounds like they never had any courage at all. Sounds like they were a bunch of dick-riding cowards.
And pussies.
This dude literally got martyred. And this is how you celebrate his memory? Oh, also, that dude was such a hero. I'm pretty sure that he banged Homeboy's mom.
Oh, yeah.
Because, he was like, Daddy, and all that shit. And it was
he was calling him Daddy.
Come on.
He was
you see how she's like, never call him that? Like, oh, yeah, no, they got to smashing. Mm. And good for him. The dude's basically like a Pokemon protagonist.
And then and here in this story, Naruto's like, I'm going to show this kid that they are real heroes.
And you know what? I like that, too. Naruto's finally doing something, not to prove something to Sakura, not to prove something against Sasuke, not to prove to Kakashi or to himself that he can be the Hokage. He's just like, you know what? It's on me now. This is a total stranger, a kid who was yelling at before, and he's like, is kind of making it out of himself, like, I guess it's on me, but you can only control yourself, so I'm going to give Naruto some props on this. I think that episode 11 was the best episode of this. There weren't any shadow clones or water clones or ridiculous Sharingan Shuriken shadow fuckery.
True.
So yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like he has a noble goal for someone else who he doesn't care to impress and he can gain nothing from. He's not necessarily trying to prove it to himself, though maybe on some level he is. I like it. Shame it took 11 fucking episodes. So, I've said probably 4 nice things about the show. It's a new lap record!
So basically...
Anybody else play, what's it called, episode 1 Racer?
Yes, of course it is.
Yeah, so, alright.
So basically the next episode we should be wrapping up and getting through the Haku Zabuza battle.
I hope so, or at least getting up to it, because, it's a long time coming. If I see people slash a tree one more fucking second, I'm going to slash my wrists. But yeah, was that? I gotta be honest. This was. I know we talked at the start of the podcast about whether this group of episodes was worse or better than the first 2 runs we've done. Was this harder or easier? Now, forget notes or how much you enjoyed it. Was this harder or easier for you to get through? Like, to sit down and actually watch?
It was a little bit easier, I think.
Okay.
Besides the very first episode 8, that was really bad.
It was pretty shit. I didn't remember a lot about Zabuza, but he rode around in a Buster Sword like fucking...
Maybe
like
if I had a
like
bingo
Wrestler
book,
Ted.
I'd remember more.
That sounds good. That's... The last 2 were easy enough to get through. I think this is the hardest for me to really sit through because I had to take the most ridiculous, copious notes, but I'm glad my boy Russell had my back, and, well, we got through it, and we hope that you did too, get through this podcast. Thank y'all for listening.
This was the Tale of Two Kages.
This was, I am Julian the Inquisitive Mug.
I am Russell, the biggest waters.
This guy could drown Aquaman.
In the palm of my hand.
Oh, he got bars too. Thank y'all for listening. I'm gonna try to drink these memories away. Good night.
Peace.